Home value appreciation is now back to positive at the very least, and that could be due in part because of low mortgage rates keeping it attractive for buyers.
Yeah.
The rub is, though, that low mortgage rates mean that the monthly payment is much more affordable. It does nothing to that down payment affordability.
So in other words, instead of the pricing correcting to a level at which more people could afford it, the low rates are keeping that pricing high and maybe keeping people locked out. It's fascinating because that suggests there's a structural impediment, to more people buying homes.
Yeah, I mean, there is some research that kind of shows that it's the drop in the rate that really matters, right? It gets people reinterested in the market. This most recent drop, I would expect to actually start doing that. This slowdown, I think, will start moderating because we will see buyers returning and considering it. But that, again, I think you're a little bit right. There's a balancing act here where monthly affordability is definitely something I have my eyes on.
Right.
But buyers really, to be doing this right in a market where things are really slowing down, you got to be paying attention to the overall price level and that down payment, right? You got to make sure that you'll be in there for a long period of time to make it worth it for you.
Right.
If home values continue to be much, much, much more modest going forward.
Yeah, and you can't just come up with, the dough for a 20% down payment overnight. So the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate has fallen to something like 3.75%, down from 4.5% last year. I mean, that is a huge move, even in relative terms. Do people just shrug off these rates because they just go, it's low enough. I don't really care if it goes down another 0.5 percentage point?
No, I think it matters a great deal. It just depends on kind of who you are and what you're looking at here. When you think about anyone who's interested in refis, that was a really big move, right? That was the opportunity where you said to yourself, well, that's pretty inexpensive debt.
Yeah.
And so if you had any other, expenses or projects you wanted to tackle, or any other kind of loan that you wanted to pay off, that could actually be a good strategy, right? Pay off, high interest college loans, say, if you went to grad school, and convert that over to a much lower interest cash out refi. I mean, that's a very appealing, strategy or process forward that low rates get you. The rub, again, if we're talking about the typical home buyer, is that down payment as well. So that's where we haven't seen quite the return, but I think we are, and we will, and that'll be a part of the story. And the picture is that home buying at low interest rates, you lock in that 30 rate, still attractive, right? It's just a matter of finding that right match between you and having already been the kind of buyer who's saved up enough for the down payment.